Welcome to the chemistry class. Today I am going to discuss about the solution chapter. In this chapter, right now I am going to explain about the colligative property. First of all, I would like to explain what do you mean by the colligative property. Colligative property may be defined as the number of solid particles present in 1 liter of solution or given volume of solvent. That is called colligative property. Listen, the key point is colligative property does not depend on the composition, structure and size of solid particles. There are 4 types of colligative property. Number first, lowering of vapor pressure, osmotic pressure, elevation of boiling point and depression of freezing point. Before understanding these colligative property, first of all I would like to explain what is vapor pressure. Suppose that a pure liquid is filled in a closed container. Now the molecules of the surface of water gets evaporated and form vapor, and this process is called evaporation, and the few molecules of water vapor returns back and mixed with water, mixed with liquid, and this process is called condensation. In between these two processes, equilibrium is established between water vapor and pure liquid. According to this phenomenon, the rate of evaporation, which is equal to the rate of condensation. By these two processes, the definition of water vapor pressure, the pressure exerted by the vapors in equilibrium with the liquid. The pressure exerted by the water vapor pressure in equilibrium with the liquid at constant temperature is called vapor pressure. There are certain few facts regarding these terms. Number first, vapor pressure increases with increasing temperature. Number second, the water vapor pressure depends on the temperature and the nature of liquids. And the third most important condition, the liquids having high boiling point have low vapor pressure, while liquids having low boiling points have high vapor pressure. Now the vapor pressure of liquid and Raoult's law. The Raoult's law applicable for two conditions. Number first condition is solutions containing 2 or more volatile liquids, and the number second condition, solution containing a liquid and non-volatile solute. Now I am going to discuss about the condition first, solution containing 2 or more volatile liquids. Suppose that 2 liquids A and B, which have partial pressure PA and PB. Now the total pressure, when we discuss about the total pressure, then the total pressure PS equals to PA and PB. PS is a total pressure, PA is a partial pressure of A liquids, and PB is a partial pressure of B liquid. According to the Raoult's law, the partial pressure of each component is directly proportional to their respective mole fraction of each component. Suppose that PA is a partial pressure of liquid A, which is directly proportional to the mole fraction XA. Now we eliminate the proportionality sign, we eliminate a constant, that is P naught A into XA. Similarly, PB, the partial pressure of liquid B is directly proportional to XB. XB is a mole fraction of liquid B. Similarly, when we eliminate the proportionality sign, then PB is equals to P naught B and XB. Now the total, we know that the total pressure of liquid is equals to the sum of partial pressure of PA and PB Now PS equals to P naught A XA plus P naught B XB. This is the total pressure. P naught A and P naught B are the vapor pressure of liquid A. Now the next condition is a solution containing a liquid and non-volatile solute. In this case, the vapor pressure of solution is equal to the vapor pressure of solvent only in this case when the vapor pressure of solute, which does not form vapor because of solute as volatile solute, means in such condition P naught B is equals to 0. Because P naught B is 0, why? Because of solute, it does not form any type of vapor, and we know that the total vapor pressure exerted, which is equal to P naught A XA plus P naught B XB, where PS is the total pressure, P naught A and P naught B are the partial pressure of respective gas A and B. Similarly, the mole fraction of XA means related to the solvent and XB related to the solute, and P naught B is equal to 0 in this condition, then the PS equals to P naught A XA, and we know that XA plus XB is equals to 1. In solution, suppose that two components are present, then the mole fraction of sum of the mole fraction of each component, which is equals to 1. Here we calculate XA is equals to 1 minus XB. Put the value of XA over here. PS is equals to P naught A 1 minus XB, and PS is equals to P naught A minus P naught A XB. Now P naught A XB is equals to P naught A minus PS, and XB is equals to P naught A minus PS upon P naught A. This is called relative lowering of vapor pressure, and this is called mole fraction of solute. According to the Raoult's law, the relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of solute. Thus is the relative lowering of vapor pressure, which is a ratio of the difference of the partial pressure of solvent minus solution with respect to the partial pressure of A. Now, but when we talk about the difference of P naught A minus PS, this is called lowering of vapor pressure. P naught A minus PS, this is called the lowering of vapor pressure, while P naught A minus PS upon P naught A, this is called relative lowering of vapor. That means, according to the Raoult's law, the relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to the mole fraction of solute. By this formula, we can get the molecular mass of the compound of solute, and this is the mole fraction of solute. Let small n be the number of moles of solute and capital N be the number of moles of solvent. So P naught A minus PS upon P naught A is equals to small n upon small n plus capital N. This is the Raoult's law, and everybody knows about the number of moles. How to calculate the number of moles? Number of moles is equals to given mass in gram upon molar mass. Clear? Listen, there is a necessary condition. Number first, number of moles of solute and the number of moles of solvent. If the number of moles of solute is much less than number of moles of solvent, in such condition the number of moles of solute is taken negligible as compared to the number of moles of solvent. So P naught A minus Ps upon P naught A is equals to small n upon capital N. Suppose that small w is the weight of solute while capital W is the weight of solvent. So P naught A minus Ps upon P naught A. Small w is the number of weight of solute. So the number of moles of solute is small w upon small n, and number of moles of solvent capital W upon capital M. So small w into capital M, capital W into small m. This is the relative lowering of vapor pressure. Listen, the most important condition, Raoult's law is only applicable for miscible liquid which are completely mixed with each other and to form homogeneous solution. It does not hold for heterogeneous solution or immiscible liquid. Listen carefully. Relative lowering of vapor pressure is a colligative property. Lowering of vapor pressure is not a colligative property. Vapor pressure, decrease in vapor pressure, elevate in vapor pressure is not a colligative property. Only relative lowering of vapor pressure is a colligative property. Why? Because the relative lowering of vapor pressure is directly proportional to the number of moles. Means it depends on the number of moles. Relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of solute. Ultimately, it relates with number of moles. While lowering of vapor pressure and vapor pressure does not depend the number of moles, and all the colligative property depends on the number of moles of solid particles. In order to get the more information about this, you can subscribe to the channels.